We have a very busy day at Couch Coop headquarters. It is the end of 2025 and I'm due to put out my lists, best of single player, best of local co-op. They are on the way, but I want to give Marvel Cosmic Invasion its own standalone video, covered the demo, completely impressed. Dotemu and Gamer Games, they did give us the iconic Shredder's Revenge 6-player local co-op beat 'em up, probably the best of its year. Cosmic Invasion does give us up to a 4-player local, both console and PC, and yes, this is available on the Switch. It straddles this quite amazing ground between known and popular Marvel heroes and some off-the-wall obscure ones. It gives us an opportunity to see some Marvel heroes that you haven't in the big blockbuster films. Every single pixel has a massive amount of love behind it, both with its animation, art style, colours even. I love just looking at this game. It runs impeccably as well. It's not exactly a thirsty piece of software. It may even be under 1 gigabyte. This is absolutely the perfect scenario for an awesome side-scrolling retro style beat 'em up that's been released into the modern era. It feels like an impeccable cabinet arcade game. Seeing this on that beautiful Switch screen whilst having a number 2 must be sublime. I am Couch Coop and let's get on with things. What was that? One of the more obvious parallels for me on the Marvel front, and of course video games, is that it feels like Marvel vs. Capcom with its character switch out and selection system. You take more than one Marvel hero out with you, and there is also a move attached to switching out the characters. It's all done on a 1-button process, and you will be surprised at the amount of differential on who you're actually playing with. Some characters will have a block or counter on circle, others will just have an avoid button, some are aerial and can stay airborne for a lot longer than the other characters. This helps with dealing with a lot of the flyer enemies, and you get full-on projectile characters. Rocket the raccoon comes to mind.
Down you go.
The parallax scrolling and the background animations on a lot of the scenery is just incredible. But back to that character choice and moveset thing, there is a certain amount of build to be taken on board. If you're going in as 4 different characters, you can actually choose someone who complements somebody else, and of course everyone's got a special and they all have slightly different variants on them. You've also got a 2-button move with most characters, which is normally X and square held down. It might be an uppercut or something applicable to who you've chosen. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had a bit of this, but the differences weren't that huge. With this, it's almost integral when you get to some of the harder material, and that's something that I want to talk about. Is this is damned easy in the front end. So if you've got younger ones who are Marvel fans, they're going to have a good time, and it is technically a bit button bashy if you don't want to look flash and line up moves or go for that huge combo score.
Round 2. Classic.
You may have also noticed some blank slots on the character selection screen. The game takes away some of those main additions and lays them into the campaign. You might rescue them, you might take someone else on board. It's pretty cool. It's a big incentive to get everyone unlocked, so you've got that huge choice before going into a level, and it does give you the opportunity to reset your selection once you've done one of these nodes on that map. If you play Blazing Chrome, you'll know it's a left to right. You have some choice. Some areas need to be done before others. There's kind of gates, and it always culminates in a pretty damn good boss fight. Just like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, it pulls you in with level challenges. This is what hooked us on the replay front. You'll have a section where you can't take any damage, or you've got to kill or throw a certain amount of enemies down a pit or something like that. You end up getting a bit obsessed with them, but it definitely gives that game a bit more longevity because, as mentioned, that front end is not Dark Souls difficult. I've got to give some kudos to enemy variant and design, animations, these little green dudes turn into wheels. All of the flyers have different hierarchies on the colour front, and it's not really about losing loads of energy from taking a massive hit. It is about not breaking that combo and keeping it all linked up and looking badass as hell, which is very easy to do in this game.
All for my shield. Blistering bolt.
Everybody's shoulder button special is unique also, featuring some absolutely amazing designs. They all have their own targeted area effects set up, so you can just ruin it and miss everybody by not reading the situation. And it's represented by that blue bar. It's not over liberal with giving you the energy to do a lot of those moves. I think Venom's got to be sporting some of the greatest artwork I've seen in a side scroller for a very long time. They put loads of different creatures almost within the design of his mutations, and it only flashes up for a few seconds. Playing him is amazing, but this boss fight also lets you see him at a completely different angle.
Storming it. I must let the winds rise anew.
We were saying that this might be a bit of a Rainbow Road tribute, the idea of having the scrolling coming towards you, and that does also need to get a massive mention. The parallax scrolling in this video game is absolutely stunning. However, we do have another Dotemu game coming up next video that's also a side-scrolling beat-em-up, slightly more difficult, slightly more adult. Expect that video to drop extremely shortly. Is this better than Shredder's Revenge? That's a very, very tough question. Both games are almost equal on most levels. However, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles does allow more than 4 players on local, and I think this is to do with franchise preference. If you're into Marvel, this totally delivers. Same with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, as if that's your thing, then you are going to get an awesome experience. Because of this game's difficulty, you're going to get to see all of it. So that's going to be a very cool angle. Absalom, which I'm reviewing next, I'm not too sure if I'll see 100% of that game. Marvel Cosmic Invasion and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is 100% easy enough to get right through.
You have no chance against us!
Got some web on you.
What system is best to play this game on? Well, because it's not graphically hungry, I would say all of them, but it is Game Pass, or was Game Pass day one, so you can get straight onto this on that subscription service. Hands up, or put in comments rather, if you would like to see this game remastered. They don't even have to do that much to it. It is over with Capcom though. Maybe they'll roll out their own, but I think that would be incredibly popular. I would love a physical copy of Cosmic Invasion. I think they are bouncing around. I don't remember seeing too many for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Absalom I think is going to sell very well and end up getting rolled out eventually on physical. We had the same thing with Dead Cells. My name was of course Couch Coop. Please stay tuned. We have a lot of end of year content coming up, and the aforementioned Absalom review is just round the corner. I will of course see you down there.
Web shooters are running low.
What was that?